Okay, guys, welcome back. So, today is Tuesday, which means that after a little bit of a break last week, considering I didn't stream last Tuesday due to hanging out with Fred and his brother, I am back with Yakuza 5 Remastered. Looking forward to continuing the game, especially considering we now know that the next kind of tie into the Yakuza series, Stranger Than Heaven, has a release date. So, very, very exciting times ahead for the Yakuza series because even though it's not a straight up Yakuza game, Stranger Than Heaven does have a lot of Yakuza links to it. So, very, very. But that is a game I will definitely be not only getting but streaming in January for sure. Yeah, I think that game is gonna be so much fun to play on stream, which is why I wanna stream it when it comes out. Right. There we go. I was like, I had something to do and I couldn't remember what it was, but I've just done it. So. And so I will be focusing on the main story, I think, mostly today with Taiga. But I will also be not only talking about the game, but also, as I have been for a lot of this week, I will be divulging my thoughts and takeaways from the Nintendo Direct that aired earlier today. So yeah, let's get going. Just gonna turn down my TV there, cause there we go. Try not to hit my laptop challenge with whatever I'm holding in my hand, impossible. So, we need to talk to Okadera-han, however there is also a side quest waiting outside, so I could go see what that's about, though it could also be... Saejima's actually got 5 sub-stories, and we've not actually done any of them, so... I am really looking to do all the sub-stories in this game, because I feel like the sub-stories don't really reach their peak until Yakuza 7, maybe Yakuza 6. So... I will see what this side quest is, just because I am curious. Right, there it is. Do you want something? You leaving the village? Well, yeah, I'm leaving for Tsukimino. I don't want to be stuck here forever. That's so? You know, it's bad for the village to be losing so many young people. I know that, but I'm so sick of this place. I can't stand how boring it is. Masao, you're Saejima-san, aren't you? Aren't you from some big city yourself? Which one? What's the use of knowing that? Because, like, you get why I want to leave, right? You know how cool the big city is. My dad wouldn't listen to anything I said about it. Every time I brought it up, he'd just smack me and say becoming a hunter was my only choice. Hi Francisco, welcome in. That's why I'm running away. Running away? Hi. My husband doesn't know that Masao is leaving. He would never allow it. You realize your pa's gonna blow his stack when he finds out. What, are you trying to stop me? Nah, this ain't the sort of thing for strangers to meddle in. Agreed. Well, it's now or never. I need to be gone before Dad gets back. Remember, you can always come home. It'll be okay, Mom. I'm 18 now. Have a little faith in me. Goodbye. My son. Hope the kid does alright for himself. So, I'm guessing we can't actually do more in that side quest right now. Where is it? Sub-stories. Big City Dreaming. So, I will go back and forth just in case. Yeah, it does seem like we'll be... no, we're not gonna fish. So I think that side quest we started will probably continue in Tsukimino, because we'll probably catch up with Masao, who we just saw leaving in the city. So with that being said, now I can actually go back to the hut and tell Okadera-san that I do want to head into the big city. What is it, Saejima? Let's go to town with Baba. There's also rescue the lost hunter. Huh. I do wonder what that one is. I think Okadera-san might have mentioned it in the last Yakuza stream about the lost hunter, but because it's been a while, I don't necessarily remember the details. So, I think I am just gonna go to town with Baba, because I do really want to explore Tsukimino. We'll finish saying goodbye to Okadera-han and then head to Tsukimino. Let's do it.
行くのか。ああ。せやけど、また戻ってくるかもしれんで。あんたが山おろしを狙う理由。
Okay, game audio is perfect, at least. It looks perfect to me. Hi Ibrahim, welcome in. 6, 7... hand? That's a weird hand emote. Must be a YouTube only thing.
あんたらがどうしてこんな山奥で遭難したのかは聞かないでおいてやる。これから町に降りて何をしようとしているのかも興味はない。だがこれだけは忘れるな。生き物にとって狩りと身を守ることだけが許される殺しだ。わかったな。
肝に銘じとくわ。
兄貴、それじゃ行きましょう。
奥寺はん。ほら。
Sensei slang? I don't think... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have heard of it. I'm not entirely sure what it means or what it refers to, though. Wow, that was the end of that part already? Huh. That's one thing I do think the later Yakuza games, the most recent ones, improve on, is I don't think the chapters end as suddenly. Like, they feel more natural and they have more of a flow to them. Here we go, Tsukimino, which is in Hokkaido.
冬の代名詞とも言われるこのお祭りを見るため、毎年多くの観光客が全国からやってきます。商店街の人々にとっても大事な書き入れ時として強い期待がかかります。先日、刑務所で
Yakuza are basically just reptilians blending in humans. Yeah. They're either a dragon or a snake or a lizard or big, you know, big reptilian monsters like that. I don't think they're small reptiles by any means. Great. Looks like someone tipped the police off that Saejima is in Tsukimino now. Great.
兄貴、網走刑務所が火災って一体。それに遺体が一人見つかったって。アジトの用意ができました。今様子を見てきましたが、かなり厳しい状態ですね。警官がかなり手回ってますね。大通りを抜けて素直にアジトに行くのはヤバそうです。
ほなどうやって行く？
とりあえず俺が先を行きます。兄貴は少し離れて目立たないように俺の後をついてきてください。
分かった。
Looks like we're just following Baba-chan, who seems to be in a rush to get off somewhere. Okay, go on Baba, show me the way. So whilst I'm here, I do want to look at the map. Japanese life is too simplistic, like eating food sitting on floor, and most people not having a car and using public transport instead. Yeah. Whereas, weirdly enough, America seems to be the exact opposite. Literally everyone uses a car, and at least in the area of Oregon that me and Fred went to, there was virtually zero public transport links, so everyone in America seems to use a car, and they'll also drive a lot further than me and Fred are certainly accustomed to travelling in Britain. We very rarely go, like, travel over an hour to go somewhere. We do tend to stick to the local area. I do wonder what Fred thinks about the Japanese way of life, because I don't think, because Fred's been to Japan before, and I don't remember him coming back with any major complaints about how the Japanese people live their life. So what have we got on the map? We've got... Yeah, I do agree that having a car is better. I think having a car is probably my favourite way to get around. I will drive pretty much anywhere. My only rule is I won't go into the centre of my nearest town or city, because the city centre in the city that I live in is really nightmarish. It can get quite busy, and there's a lot of turns, and the parking, not only is some of it not in the best condition, but there's a lot of parking fares anyway. So in my opinion, I don't really... Either way, I spend money to go into town. I either spend it by driving there and parking up at a car park, or I spend it by getting on the bus there. And it's roughly the same amount of money. So when it comes to going into the city centre, I can't really win when it comes to not being able to... things being free. Like, I kind of always lose in that aspect, even though I do have a car. Anyway, so what have we got in the map? We've got... So, Izakaya Hanako, that is a eating spot. Gindako Highball Tavern, that's the usual Japanese pub. We've got IFAR, I don't know what that is. Tsukimino Guide, which I guess is like the the place in Kamurocho where you basically go there and get information about all the haunts. Karaoke Can Tsukimino, so that's where we'll go for karaoke if we want to do it. Rose Hip, which is a club. Ambitious Bar, which is another. That's marked purple, so it looks like it might be a mini game of some kind, maybe a hostess mini game. Matsuo Lamb Barbecue. We've got Psychomart, which I think is a local shop, so like Popper or M Store. Ebisu Pawn Shop. Okojoya, which is a shop apparently. We've got Polaris, which that's marked blue, so that's probably going to be a important story location. Kamiyama Works, which is where Kamiyama's going to be with his weapon upgrades. Northern Lane, which again I don't really know what that is. Cafe Alps, so there's a Cafe Alps here, that's cool. Gyoza King. Don Quixote, so there's a massive Don Quixote here. North Lane. Miyashino, that's another eating spot. There isn't really that much in this part of the map though. Everything seems to be more towards the middle. Where's Baba? Come on Baba, where are you taking me? Also, when I drive, I don't really blast music a lot. I only do it if I'm going somewhere I'm really familiar with and I feel like I can afford to be a little bit, like I don't have to focus as much, because I am still, for most places, I am still like learning the routes, and I use a sat-nav whenever I'm driving somewhere even remotely unfamiliar. So I think the only place where I actually go to that I don't really use my sat-nav or GPS for anymore is my mum's house, because obviously I know where my mum lives and I'm used to going there. And maybe my dad's house as well, that's another one where I feel like I don't really need to navigate. But if I'm going anywhere else, I'll always put my GPS on, because I have a phone holder in my car. Ideally, when I get a bit more money, I would like to maybe not get a new car, but I would like to kind of upgrade my entertainment system, so maybe I can get one of the more newer ones where I can actually hook my phone up to it and actually play Spotify through my car, because the only way I can do that right now is through Bluetooth, and I feel like that's such a 2010s, 2000s way of doing things. Ah, okay, so Polaris is gonna be our hideout, okay. Alright, across the street from Don Quixote on Central Station Boulevard, can't be that hard to find. So it looks like there isn't any side quests right now, so I can just head right to the hideout. So there might still be people that come up to Saejima looking for a fight. So this is the second new locale anyway that we're exploring in the game. Obviously, we played as Kiryu for the first part of the game and he was in Ryukyu, or Fukuoka to be more exact, which is another new hideout or new locale to the Yakuza series. And now here we are with Saejima and he's wound up in Tsukimino. Can I not go that way? Oh. I don't want to go down there because that's a station. Ah, okay. So I'm on the right side of the road, I just need to be a little further up. Okay. Saejima-san, what a relief. Did you have trouble getting here? Nah. So, this is the hideout you were talking about? Yeah, it's just up here.
This.
ようこんなとこ見つけたな。
昔俺の兄弟分がやってた馴染みのバーです。当然営業してると思って立ち寄ってみたんですが、この通りのありさまで、ま、こっちとしては逆に好都合だったんですが。どうぞ座ってください。どうやらここ10年の間、月見野の町もすっかり変わっちまったみたいですね。昔はどの店も繁盛してたんですが、なんだか寂しい気分になりますね。
確かに結構前に潰れたみたいやな。
あった。マッカラン1946がありますよ。
Whoa, that's a fancy bottle of whatever. It looks like whiskey, but I might be wrong. No, if he's getting tall glasses, it's probably beer.
封が開いていなかったんで、多分大丈夫
Is
だ
it
と思うん
beer?
ですけど。
I can't tell. Or maybe it is just whiskey and he just got tall glasses because he couldn't find short glasses.
うめえ。
うまいな。
Heck of a way to celebrate arriving in Tsukimino though, just going to your bar, which is a hideout, and then getting drunk.
仮釈放でシャバに出ているはずの2人がこんな場所でこんなにビクビクしながら酒を飲むことになるなんて。
いつかお前と飲みたい思ってた。悪い気分やない。
しかしどうして冴島さんだけ指名手配されてしまったんですかね。俺なんか実名も公表されないまま遺体で見つかったことになってましたし、一体どういうことなんでしょう。やはりあの刑務所のことも指名手配も全部登場会が裏から手を回してやってることなんでしょうか。どうしました。
ちょっと表出るわ。
え？こんな状況の時にですか。
ああ、ずっとここおってもラジやがい。
いやでも表は警官がうようよしてますよ。
大丈夫や。こういう状況にはある意味慣れとる。
Yep. Deja vu for Saejima.
そうですか。でもどうするんです。北方組の情報でも集めるつもりですか。
せやな。北方いう男に会おうにもどこにあるかわからんことには近づけんしね。
そういうことでしたら バーアンビシャスという店に行ってみてください。そこの店なら今でもきっと北方組の人間はいるはずです。
アンビシャス。
はい。その店の奥には昔から北方組がやってる賭場があります。カウンターの男にチップを渡せば裏カジノへ案内してもらえるはずです。
そこで一暴れしたら北方の情報も得られるっちゅうわけやな。
ええ。でも十分気をつけてください。北方組は一度敵とみなした相手にはとことんやるタイプの古い極道組織です。親父のためなら命投げ出すっていう筋金入りの連中が集まってる組なんで。
なおさら楽しみやな。
あ、それと兄貴、これ持って行ってください。
携帯か。
Oh wow, look at that, a flip phone.
昔の
How
つてで手
very
に入れました。
naughties.
プリペイド式なんで足がつくことはないはずです。
わかった。ありがたく使わせてもらうわ。
So, Polaris is now officially our hideout. So, the usual, we can save our game, organise our item box and view playstats. Furthermore, your health will recover whilst we are here. And a key. I've got cash. Take some. Wow, he just gave us 30,000 yen. Not that we needed it because we're playing on New Game Plus, but this from an old connection in town. You could say that. There's no telling what might happen, so that's true. Appreciate it. Brr, Hokkaido sure is cold. I hope I find a good place soon. Hopefully a really warm one too. What's with him? Wait, haven't I seen that guy before? Your fortune. Today is your lucky day. You should have good things in store for you. Maybe try going somewhere. You could use some luck. And hello my friends all over the world, I have a request for you today. Lately I haven't been able to take any of the perfect shots that I long for, but I had an idea. I want all of you to upload any perfect shots you take to the image hosting site that I built. Seeing them is bound to inspire me. Do me proud out there, everyone. Adieu. What's with this email? Some kind of mistake? Guess I'll check it out when I get time. So, cell phone, unread emails, received emails. Warriors on the warpath. To those of you looking to be best arrival, win back the girl or launch a raid on an enemy's turf, announcing the opening of Kamiyama Works Tsukimino, supporting the needs of all you warriors out there. We have a wide range of weapons and equipment available. Come take a look. And there's even a nifty little poster with a map on it. So now that it's been a little bit, I am gonna keep up the gaming talk, and I'm gonna divulge my thoughts on the Nintendo Direct, because earlier, for those that didn't know, there was a Nintendo Direct that aired, and it was a rather hit and miss showcase for me. I was kind of hoping Nintendo were gonna go a little bit bigger. I feel like the only amazing part of the Nintendo Direct for me was the ending, and I kind of felt a little bit validated by the rant I went on during yesterday's stream, where I was really hoping that the Nintendo Direct wasn't just going to be mostly third-party games, and unfortunately that's what it turned out to be. There was a few gaming announcements, like Nintendo Switch 2 new games, but there was a really long stretch in the middle where they were just doing nothing but games that we've already seen before. So like Metaphor, ReFantasia coming to Switch 2, Light of P coming to Switch 2, Devil May Cry 5 coming to Switch 2. And whereas I am hyped that more people will get to play the game, it is also just, it's really not. I don't think putting third-party games that are already available on other consoles is a great way to sell your newest console. I feel like it's kind of making me realise that I'm starting to not like ports or games coming very late onto other platforms, because I just think that a game should, like, if a game isn't gonna come out on a platform at launch, it shouldn't really come out on that platform at all. Or maybe Nintendo just need to handle it better. Maybe Nintendo just don't do third-party games being on their console as well as like Sony or Steam or Xbox do. So yeah, I do kind. It really sucks that I didn't enjoy most of the Direct as much as I wanted to, because again, this week has been so good for gaming showcases. And the fact that the Nintendo Direct again just validated my point that Nintendo are relying on too many third-party games and not enough original games. Yeah, and it just goes to show as well that their second biggest announcement at the end, and don't get me wrong, I am super hyped about this announcement, but the fact that their second biggest announcement, well, both of their biggest announcements were kind of flops a little bit in different ways, because with Kingdom Hearts 4, that was a massive announcement, but at the same time, it's not really a Nintendo game. It's a game coming out on every platform, and yet I think the only reason was it was on the Direct to begin with and it got announced on the Direct is because, oh yay, unlike most games, it's actually coming out on the launch day on the Switch 2. Whereas most games on the Switch 2, they'll come out later than the game on the other consoles on launch day. So, and then their biggest announcement, which is another game I'm really hyped about, but the fact that leaks and rumours kind of spoiled the surprise beforehand, is Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is getting a remake. And unfortunately, because as always there are trolls and news websites and people that will just dig and dig and dig and leak new games, unfortunately that announcement was basically all but confirmed before the Direct even started. Everyone was like, wait, the rumours were swirling around, people were really believing it was gonna happen, and I feel like that kind of let down the whole surprise factor of that announcement a little bit. So, all in all, I think it was a pretty good Nintendo Direct, but it definitely wasn't my favourite. It wasn't my favourite showcase this week, that's for sure. And I know I'm not the only person saying that either. Because I saw quite a few people that I don't think I'm the only one that kind of hates that the Switch has kind of become like third-party game heaven, because a lot of people seem to hate that the Switch consoles, both of them just are filled with third-party titles that have already come out on other consoles. Like, there really isn't enough original Switch IPs. Ooh, looks like I found a little collectathon, because it looks like I need to go around and find treasure map pieces. So now that we are more or less in the free roam part of Tsukimino, there is a lot more side quests that have opened up. So I will be going around and trying to do as many of these as possible. The part of me will maybe I might kind of, I don't know whether I'll fully focus on the side quests. I might do a couple and then do a main story mission and kind of structure it like that. I'll see how well I do with the side quests first though. So, where? So if I go back down here, there is another side quest. I will also have to be careful, because I imagine... Is that Santa?
No.
Hey, you alright? Oh, I got beat up by a gang of Santa hunters. Santa hunters? Look, can you just tell me if you're alright? Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Well, he can stand at least, that's a good sign. Yeah, sorry to have troubled you. No worries, but what was that you said earlier? Something about Santa hunters? They're a gang of delinquents. They make a game of beating up retail workers wearing Santa costumes. Wow, bunch of punks. Because of them, people don't consider the shopping district a safe place anymore. It ruins the festive mood entirely. I'll give him a talking to. Pardon? You're going to what? Lecture them? How? They go after Santas, right? Lend me your outfit. You're going to use yourself as bait? That's nuts. They've got close to 10 kids. By yourself you couldn't possibly... Wasn't planning on fighting them. They might just listen to reason. I doubt that. Don't worry. If things get ugly, I'll cut and run. I won't push it. Okay. Oh my god, it's Saejima claws. Alright, this should make the Santa hunters come looking for me. Please be careful. They carry weapons and they're not shy about using them. I'll be fine. Alright, let's find these so-called Santa hunters. I guess Christmas has come early. Hey, it's Santa! Yay! Cute kids. Wearing this getup around town ain't so bad. Santa, can I have my present now? Oh! I'm just very worried about how I'm gonna get my hands on a GTA 6 disc because of US-Iran war. Much of international trade is stopped. Yeah, if worse comes to worse, you might just have to... Well, if you really want to get it on a disc, you're either just gonna have to really hope that international trade opens up again, or unfortunately you're just gonna have to wait until you can get it on disc. Because unless you're willing to get it on digital edition, then you might have to wait. I really don't see like a compromise for that, because it's not even something you can you can control. You can't really just go to the Iranese president or go to Trump in the US and be like, can you open the international trade lines, please? I really want to play GTA 6. Let me tell you, as an actual adult, I feel like whenever I bump into a kid nowadays, I'm kind of tempted to just walk up to them and be like, hey kid, live in the moment and savor your childhood, because when you're an adult, stuff gets real and you do kind of really start to miss being a kid. Like, life was so much simpler, or is so much simpler in general for anyone when they're a kid. Because all they have to worry about is schoolwork and keeping healthy, and that's it. Whereas when you're an adult, you've got taxes, you've got a job, you might have a car to worry about and maintain. You'll need to think about finding someone to settle down with, and then once you've found someone to settle down with, you might have to consider kids or pets, and yeah, life is so much simpler. I do wish sometimes that there was a way to just take me back to when I was younger and I was just surrounded by Winnie the Pooh plushies and watching Nick Jr. on my TV. Those really were the days. Nowadays, even kids can't fully enjoy economy affects everything. Like, video games take so long to be made, kids become adults by then. Yeah. It's like how GTA 6, for example, I bet there's going to be a lot of people playing GTA 6 that were kids when GTA 5 came out. Because pretty much anyone from like the age of yeah, I'm just trying to calculate it in my head, but anyone from the age of 13 or yeah, I'd say like anyone that was 12 or 13 or older than that when GTA 5 came out is definitely gonna use the old. I was a kid when GTA 5 came out and now I'm an adult. It's like, how old was I when GTA 5 came out? I was so 2013 I was, so in 2010 I would have been 11, so I would have been 14 when GTA 5 came out, and when GTA 6 comes out I'm gonna be nearly 28, so put that into perspective. Because I just turned a teenager when GTA 5 came out, and I'm nearly gonna be 30 by the time GTA 6 comes out. Like, your older cousin was in 6th grade when Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare came out in 2007. Then he was in 8th grade when Modern Warfare 2 2009 came out. And in 10th grade when Modern Warfare 3 came out. So he enjoyed a full series while still in school. Yeah. I don't think I really played that many PlayStation series when I was in school, but the best example I can think of is I'm pretty sure all of the Professor Layton puzzle series on DS, that all came out whilst I was still in school.
Hey.
And there's a lot of games in that series. There's Curious Village, there's Pandora's Box, there's Lost Future, Spectre's Call, Miracle Mask, Azran Legacy, the spin-off involving Professor Layton's daughter, the crossover with Ace Attorney, and I'm pretty sure most of that, or all of that, came out when I was still in school. The first one might have even come out just before I started school, because I think that was like a 2005-2006 game. So I was barely in school when that came out. And the Professor Layton series, it was a yearly series when it was constantly coming out. Hopefully now it's coming back this year. Maybe they'll go back to that yearly format again, but part of me is also like, knowing video game development cycles nowadays, I'm not gonna get my hopes up. But a girl can dream.
Joe.
The Call of Duty, still to this day, is one of those rare occurrences where it is actually, for the most part, a yearly series. Because this year we're getting Modern Warfare 4, the reboot, and then we're getting... or not even the reboot, I don't even think the original Modern Warfare series got to 4, so it is just going to be Modern Warfare 4 in general. But Call of Duty has always been a yearly series for as long as I remember. So Black Ops 2 in 2012. Call of Duty Black Ops was 2010. I'm trying to figure out what came out in between it. Maybe it was Modern Warfare 3, but I think that was 2009. So I'm trying to figure out what came out in 2011. Unless Black Ops 2 came out in 2011 and I'm mistaking it for 2012 because that's when I played it.
Huh?
I was in 8th grade when Marvel Spider-Man 2018 came out, and I was literally in the last months of 12th grade when Marvel Spider-Man 2 came out, and you'll probably be my age when Spider-Man 3 comes out. Yeah, I imagine that unless Wolverine does really well, and they do have plans to do more than one game in the Wolverine series, I do hope that Insomniac will go back to Spider-Man after they've brought Wolverine out.
See ya.
Because it would be nice to get I imagine Spider-Man 3 would be the last game in their little Spider-Man series, because it does feel right for it to be a trilogy.
Oi!
This guy's very bar humbug. Ebenezer Scrooge alert over here.
Huh?
Long Taiga. I can't believe we're literally beating up goons in Taiga's Santa suit. mind, dude. In today's time, there are no last movies, games, shows, seasons. They just milk everything until people start hating it. Everything overstays its welcome. I'm trying to remember. I don't really feel like Walking Dead overstayed its welcome. It did become pretty obvious that the show was ending soon when they started announcing that there were going to be more spin-offs. I think that kind of proved that The Walking Dead was the base show was gonna be in a coffin soon. Every bit of pun intended. I don't know if Game of Thrones ended way after it should have done. Though I do think that show probably should have ended with season 7. Because nobody liked season 8 of Game of Thrones. Everyone, even the cast apparently. I mean, Kit Harington, who played Jon Snow in Game of Thrones, he literally said in a recent interview that he did with his former co-star Peter Dinklage that he went to rehab not long after Game of Thrones finished. Not because it was really anything to do with the show, but clearly working on the show turned him into a bit of a party animal because he had alcohol problems, so he needed to get them sorted out. And yeah, maybe Stranger Things could have ended with season 4. Or maybe they could have made it so like season 1 and season 2 exist. Season 3 gets wiped out of existence and then they just have season 4. And turn that into a 3-season show. Because if someone were to ask me, yeah, which seasons of Stranger Things would you wipe from existence, I probably would say seasons 3 and 5. I don't think The Boys overstayed its welcome. If anything, I was kind of surprised that The Boys ended when it did. I would have totally been okay with that having maybe a couple more seasons. Especially because clearly looking back on the finale, maybe the ending was a little bit rushed. Maybe if the cancellation of the show didn't come out of nowhere, then that show would have ended better. And another show that's recently ended that I did used to watch, but I kind of gave up on it. So there is a really popular HBO teen drama series called Euphoria. And I watched season 1, and then I got halfway through season 2, and I kind of just gave up on it because I think at that point I could already see the show had declined in quality quite a lot. And I think I probably made the smartest decision to stop watching because I feel like I saw that show was going down the shitter before everyone else did. Because apparently the 3rd and final season of Euphoria is very wacky and out there, and it's not what... It's a totally different show from the first season, and it's yet another example of a show that probably, 1, overstayed its welcome, and also the final season could have been handled way better. am trying to remember the last show I even watched where I felt... I mean, Walking Dead, I didn't feel like that overstayed its welcome. I said that, but I am genuinely trying to think of another show that I watched from beginning to end recently that I thought ended at the right time. Because I kind of mentioned yesterday that Fear the Walking Dead, I wasn't a fan of that final season. If it were up to me, that show would have ended perfectly fine with season 7. Especially because they were... Oh, hi King Cash, welcome in. And thank you for the 5-stream watch streak, I really appreciate it. I have had a great day. I was in Chug's stream earlier because I watched the Nintendo Direct with him. I thought it was a good showcase, but I felt like the end was the best part. I felt like they kind of saved the real eye-popping announcements for the end with Kingdom Hearts 4 and the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. And apart from that, I've had a pretty chill day. I was looking for jobs this morning. I've been playing a lot of the gacha game Wuthering Waves because I completed the Cyberpunk Edge Runners collab mission yesterday, and now I'm getting back into the main story because after I lost my train of thought. Why is this happening to me? Oh, what was I talking about? I'm clearly tired because my brain is just like, usually my brain only does this if I'm tired. Yeah, I played Wuthering Waves, that's what I was talking about. And then I also watched more. I've been getting into the X-Files on Amazon Prime Video because one show that I really want to start watching soon is Supernatural. And Ibrahim, who is in my chat on YouTube, he recommended X-Files to me before Supernatural because apparently Supernatural has a lot of X-Files references that he says I'd get more if I watch that show. So I've been watching a lot of TV, watching the directs, playing gacha games. What else have I been up to today? Looking for jobs. I've had one of those days where I've done a bit of everything, really. You missed the direct because you came into the stream late, so going to watch it later on YouTube. Yeah, I definitely recommend watching it. I will kind of repeat what I said. I think it does get better towards the end. And because the middle, it hits a little bit of a lull in the middle, in my opinion. There's a lot of third-party game announcements. And that's kind of the one thing I didn't want from the direct. I was kind of hoping the direct was going to be more first-party games and new first-party games at that. And there was a lot of new first-party games, but there was that kind of groany moment where they started being like, this game is coming to Switch 2 that's already come out on PC and PS5, and it's like, oh brother, can we get back to the new stuff already? I will say that Chugs really enjoyed the direct though. When I was watching it with him, he especially flipped out of the last couple of announcements. And he got out of his chair quite a lot, as expected. Ibrahim, internet. I already read that one. I thought there was a new message on my YouTube chat, but nope. Yeah, I do wonder what I'll have time to get into tomorrow in terms of what I'm gonna do, what hobbies I'm gonna get to do tomorrow, because for my morning tomorrow is pretty busy, because I'll be getting my hair cut and seeing my mom, and my mom lives like an hour away from me, pretty much. Well, basically 45 minutes, but because I'll also have to refuel my car, it will be pretty much an hour drive. So I'll be watching WWE Raw with her. I kind of have this nice tradition going with my mum where I go to my mum's every Wednesday and I watch the latest wrestling from that week. She does seem to be more of a Raw person. I don't think she really pays attention to or likes SmackDown as much. I do think Raw does have the better roster right now. Like Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu is probably on Raw by now, and Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, Stephanie Vaquer. My mum's a pretty big Stephanie Vaquer fan. So it is really nice that I do have my mum to watch Raw with, because Fred, don't get me wrong, he does like wrestling, I think, but he's more a casual fan, and he definitely does have his limits. Like, he's not really into a show that goes more than 3 hours, maybe even 2 hours, depending on his mood. He definitely likes the shorter wrestling shows, I think. Which is a bit hard to come by, because most of the major wrestling shows, they are pretty long. If I had to rank the video game showcases from this week in order, I would probably go, I think Sony State of Play is definitely number 1 for me. Number 2 is Summer Game Fest. Number 3 is Xbox Showcase, and I think the Direct might be last, because the Direct didn't have as many announcements that kind of made my eyes pop. And the reason I put Sony State of Play over the Summer Game Fest is because I'm still thinking about the State of Play announcements, like God of War, Lao Fair, and Until Dawn 2 specifically. There is a couple of Summer Game Fest announcements I'm definitely still thinking about as well, like Resident Evil Veronica, which is the Code Veronica remake, and also Stranger Than Heaven, and the fact that Tupac's gonna be in that game. So obviously, I don't think Tupac will be voicing himself in the game, because there's no way, considering how long ago that he died, that Tupac's voice is gonna be in the game, unless Snoop Dogg's like a super sleuth and he managed to get like old voice recordings of Tupac. I think they'll probably have a new English voice actor kind of pay tributes to Tupac and voice Tupac for him. And for anyone who doesn't know, I do have a rule when it comes to Yakuza games. So right now, I'm not reading the text because I don't read the text for side quests. I only voice act for the main quest because there is a lot of text to read through in Yakuza, and even in the main quest, not all of the text is voice acted. So I will have to read the main quest dialogue sometimes, and it can get a bit much reading both the main and the side stuff. I hope you've had a good day though, King Cash. Also, I was raving about the Wuthering Waves Cyberpunk collab yesterday because it came out yesterday and I played it and I already completed the collab mission. And as if my day couldn't get any better, I actually got liked on X by the voice actress who plays Lucy from Cyberpunk Edgerunners, who actually reprised her role in the Cyberpunk Wuthering Waves collaboration event. So that was really, really cool, and it made that experience of playing that continuation of Cyberpunk Edgerunners in Wuthering Waves that much more special. Part of me also felt earlier when I was watching the Nintendo Direct that they knew that there were anime fans watching, because I will say, I won't spoil what anime games in particular are in the Nintendo Direct, but let's just say that there might be games pertaining to One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen in the Nintendo Direct, which kind of blew my mind, because One Piece, I'm still working my way through it, but it's already one of my favourite animes. And JJK I absolutely love to. I love that anime to death. I think it's perfect in every way. It's not my all-time favourite anime because there's two animes that I love slightly more than JJK, maybe three animes, but it is still very, very good. King Ash, you had a chill day. Precious has been sleeping on my lap most of the day. You started playing Warhammer 40,000. Excuse me. Dark Tide on yesterday, and you've also been playing Fortnite. Yeah, I hope you've been enjoying Fortnite. I have not played Fortnite in ages. The last time I played that game was literally, I think, not long after it even came out. And I played it a little bit with one of my online friends at the time, and I just couldn't get into it, so I stopped. Because it's not really my type of game. It's I don't know. I just think it's kind of weird. I don't really see the point of. I feel like a first person or a third person shooter should just be a shooter. I don't really get the point of. Well, I get the point of looting, but I don't really get the point of, like, building obstacles and stuff. Because there's already maps, so why should you need to build more stuff? The game has probably changed a lot since I last played it, so they might have even, like, nuked some features that I knew of when I played the game. The new season of Fortnite is really good. The Masters of the Universe bundle is in the item shop. I really need to see that movie. Oh my gosh. And the Overwatch bundle, interesting. Yeah, that reminds me actually, I need to bring that up tomorrow. I'm gonna talk to my mum because I really want to go see the Masters of the Universe movie. And I would ask Fred, but I don't really know if it's his kind of cup of tea. He's not really into superhero-y. I'm gonna say this and Ibrahim on YouTube is gonna be like, what do you mean he's not into superhero stuff? He likes the boys. But he's not really into comic book, superhero-y kind of things. I think the only reason he likes the boys is because it makes fun of superheroes and what they are typically about. So that's, and I feel like it is nice in general to just have that mother-daughter day where you go out and do something. Especially when, because obviously since I've been living with Fred for a few years now, I don't really see my mum as much, so I am always looking for more ways to spend time with her. And apart from watching wrestling and hanging out at her house, our usual second thing to do together is watching movies that seem interesting at the cinema. I've never really tried playing Warhammer. I know it's a really popular video game series, but I've never really kind of given it much thought about whether to play it and whether I'd like it. I know it's very, very popular, and I do have quite a few other friends that play it. I've just never really considered whether it would be my thing. I know a former WWE wrestler, Shayna Baszler, she is really into Warhammer, and some of her wrestling gear has even been inspired by Warhammer characters in terms of the colour scheme and the little details that you'll see on the gear. Right, let's see. Sub-stories. Oh yeah, Henry Cavill also plays Warhammer. Yeah. I saw Cody Rhodes reacting to a certain game announcement in Nintendo Direct earlier. That was pretty funny. Because Cody Rhodes is a fan of a certain big Nintendo series that got a new game update, or that got a new game announcement, and yeah, it was really cool seeing him react to it. The barbecue girl ran off like the wind. She ain't actually gonna go up the mountain, is she? Okay. So, where can I go now? Oh, there's a, yeah. So if I head back towards the intersection, then there's another side quest there. I'm just working my way slowly through side quests at the minute. Speaking of Henry Cavill and video games, the fact that he was a fan of the Witcher games before he played Geralt in the Witcher Netflix show, it kind of makes me even more salty that he left that show, because I know he left The Witcher because he thought he was going to get the chance to play Superman again before James Gunn fired him, lol, but I still think that was the biggest flub or flop ever when it comes to a gaming adaptation, just losing Henry Cavill, because I tried watching The Witch Season 4, but Liam Hemsworth is just not, he's not my Geralt, that's how I put it. Also, what is this music? The game music just amped up all of a sudden. Hurry to the fallen delivery man, but since the road is dangerously slick with ice, you should approach gingerly. If you run, you might trip, which will slow you down. Okay. Ah, like that. Okay. Ah. I think I'm going the wrong way anyway. Oh, it's so easy to run. There we go. So I think I need to head to the pink dot. At least I'm hoping that's where I need to head to. So that might be the... That might just be the main quest, actually. So I'll just look in the sub-story again. Slip and slide. Best... Oh, wait, I need to... Yeah. Yeah, there's the delivery guy. Good thing I double checked what I needed to do. So I did play a little bit more of 007 First Light a few days ago, but I think I'm gonna have to do what I did with Requiem and lower the difficulty. Because I started playing 007 First Light on the intended difficulty, so normal, but when it comes to the shootouts and the gunfight sections, and even the stealth sections, I think the game in general is just starting to kick my rear end a bit more, so I'm probably gonna lower the difficulty, and maybe hopefully after that I'll have a easier time with it and I can breeze more to the end. By the way, also another point relating to 007 First Light, I am really enjoying Lenny Kravitz's performance as Baphomet in that game. I was already a fan of Lenny Kravitz because I loved his work in the Hunger Games film series as Sinner, but he is really good in 007 First Light as Baphomet. I think if I had to say my favourite performances in 007 First Light, the top three I'm gonna say might be really predictable, but number one is so my number one favourite performance in 007 First Light is Lenny James as Greenway, because I am a big fan of Lenny's work. I loved him in Walking Dead, I loved him in Line of Duty, and now I love him even more in 007 First Light. I think he plays a really good character. Number two is Patrick Gibson, I think, the guy who plays Bond. He's so good in the game that even Lenny James, who I just mentioned at the, I think it was either at the premiere for the game or he was at an award show or something, and someone interviewed him and he literally said, "Oh, Patrick Gibson shouldn't just be the Bond in our game. He has every right to be the next James Bond." And I honestly wouldn't be mad at it if they did bring the game James Bond onto the big screen. And then the third performance that I just mentioned, but I'm going to mention it again, that I really love in 007 First Light is Lenny Kravitz as Baphomet. I think he is a really good villain. And I've not even seen all the game yet, so I don't know whether Baphomet's going to get even more evil, but just his introduction and the fact that he almost kills Bond and Greenway by having them nearly be eaten by crocodiles of all things. Yeah, heck of an introduction.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay. I need to be very careful because I'm now carrying ramen. Where am I going? Gotta deliver the ramen. Where am I delivering it to though? I guess I'm just gonna keep going this way because that's where Saejima was facing. What the hell? Oh no. No! Oh, literally tripped me up with his legs. Ah. That is nice that you don't have to pass that really weird video game mini game to fulfill the quest, but it would have been nice to have done that side quest perfectly. Oh well, I still did it. I also brought this up on stream before about 007 First Light, but another thing I really enjoyed about the game when I started playing it was just the intro and the transition into the opening credits and the transition out of it. Also, I think Lana Del Rey and David Arnold did such a good job on the First Light theme song for the game. It genuinely felt like if it wasn't used in the video game, it could have very well have been used in a future Bond movie. Heck, they might even, I would imagine that maybe either use the song again in a Bond movie, or maybe they probably would have Lana Del Rey back to do another Bond song, maybe for one of the movies, if she was up for it. Okay, so we have 4 more side quests, but I think I've done a couple, or I've triggered a couple, so I'm gonna go focus on the main story for a little bit. I'm also gonna have a drink, because I feel like my voice is cracking a little. There we go. And here's the place we need to go. Ambitious. Excuse me. Okie dokie. Who else can I talk to? There is this guy over here. What's he got to say? Say there, if you have the time, how about a game of billiards? No, never mind. I don't want to play billiards right now. Oh. Sorry, sir. This area is closed to the public. Okay. Is there someone maybe sit down that I can talk to? Oh, there we go. Evening. Hey, do you shoot pool? I'm so tired of playing the regulars here. Can I challenge you to a match? Sorry, not now. Don't you want to know how to get into the casino? Who are ya? That's not important. But come on, how about it? If you win, I'll tell you how to get in. Or, if you're not much of a pool player, well, I've already said too much. Why don't you forget we ever talked and I'll let you sell my bar tab today. 50 grand. Okay, I'll pay for your tab. I'll be nice like that. I've got the money to spare. Disappointing. Well, I'll just drown my sorrows in alcohol then. Tell me about the casino. You promised. Yeah, okay. So the club had to change its system after the police cracked down on it. Now you have to have a pass to get in. Okay, where do I get one? That, I don't know. He attacked him might though. Who's that? He's this homeless guy. He's really old. An old homeless guy knows. Real classy place. This casino's gotta be. Have any idea where the guy is? Nah. But I mean, wouldn't he go somewhere he'd be sheltered? That's what I would do. Heck. You mean somewhere with a roof? I doubt he'd be allowed to loiter in stores. Come to think of it, there was that covered shopping area in Tsukimino. He'd be sheltered without having to go inside the stores there. Okay, I'm gonna go find him. Good luck. Let's leave. And we're gonna go investigate the shopping area. I need a pass for the casino, eh? Bet that old homeless guy Kiyotaka has one. So I can go and trigger more side quests now. I do want to at least find the arcade area where Kiyotaka is gonna be first. So there's a side quest on the right up here that I'm gonna trigger. Oh no, never mind, we're gonna fight this guy. How is he a Yakuza? He doesn't really look like a Yakuza. Ugh, go on then. Ugh, knee to the face for everyone. Easy as pie. And here is the side quest coming up. Is it that person? Yep. There's no way Saejima's feeling cold. Have you seen the outfit he's wearing? Well, I'd rather be called a guinea pig than a lab rat. Right. I'll give it a try. What is that? It looks just like a tissue. I was close, but it's more like a warmer than a tissue. Oh no! That didn't work out well. Fire! Fire in the hole! Oh god, I gotta put the fire out myself. Saejima the fireman coming through. Ah no! Saejima, get up! How do I... There we go. There we go. There we go. I got a little bit bent, but I figured it out. Ooh, nice. Got a little financial reward. Yeah, we definitely don't want that pocket warmer. Yeah, there's no way we want that literal fire hazard in our pocket. Well, that's that side quest actually over and done with, so I'm even more glad I triggered that now. Because now I don't even have to worry about it anymore. Where is this coloured arcade area there? No, that's not it. Okay, there's a side quest down the street on the left. there it is. Okay. So the main quest might be somewhere down here. You just gotta look for a homeless guy. Oh, really? Come on, dude. What is with that haircut and those glasses? Oh my gosh. Back off! There he is! Yay! There, is that Kiyotaka? Say, are you Kiyotaka? Why do you want to know? What are you accusing me of? Ain't accusing you of nothing. I just want to pass to get into the hidden casino at Ambitious. It's a bar. Well, you know, we homeless get accused of everything. As if we're not just outright ignored. You even know how many of us were in Hokkaido in January 2012? Huh? Consider this a pop quiz for the price you see. It's a real number. The Ministry of Health, Labour and Welfare counted us up. Quick, how many? How many homeless? Oh god. I don't know. I'll go 75. All. Okay, I might just have to cheat and find out what the answer is. Let's see. Old Kiyotaka. I think that's what I did the first time I played this game, actually, because I just did not know how to actually find... Oh, the answer is 71. Okay, I was never gonna guess that anyway. That's a lot of homeless people. I was actually close though, because I guessed 75, so I wasn't that far off. Phone booth there. Huh. Okay, time to find a certain phone booth. It could be anywhere. I assume it's gonna be a save point there. Because all phone boxes are save points. Ooh, there's an accident. What the hell? Why is there a bear on the street? Oh no! Am I gonna have to fight a bear again? I've already fought a bear once in this game. I'm gonna fight it. I'm gonna protect the town. Taiga Saejima versus big brown bear. Let's fight. I almost feel like I'm fighting a Kuma in Street Fighter. Or is it Tekken I'm thinking of that uses the bears? Maybe it's Tekken actually. Or maybe it's both. Maybe they both have bears. I'm more familiar with Tekken than Street Fighter. Pardon me. And there's another side quest done. So, yeah, I need to find a phone box. So maybe on that top street. Can I look at the photo again? Items, valuables. Yeah, where is that? Could be anywhere. Go on. Knee to the face for everybody. Oh. Damn, he bounced off the pavement so high. Who are you? Yeah, okay, it's not that phone booth. Let's see. Let's try the one on the top street. Oh, I went the wrong way. It's this way. Right, it's not that one. So maybe it's more towards the center of town. It could even be, the game could even be really mean, and it might even be an unmarked phone box. Ooh! be the one actually. Yeah, this looks like it. Yay, it is! I found it. Nice. This phone booth, it's the one in the photo. And the phone's ringing. Guess I'm supposed to answer it. Hello. Go to the lottery kiosk. The passcode is 7 scattered losing tickets. Okay, 7 scattered losing tickets. I'm gonna find a way to cross over there because I want to set off the side quest that's across the street. Is he meant to be a clown?
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope everyone is having a great Tuesday. Once again, this is part 6 of Yakuza 5 Remastered, and I'm just taking it easy today, chilling around Tsukimino, doing side quests, doing a little bit of the main story. And I'll be extra excited for tomorrow's stream given the recent Persona news, because after the announcements that Persona 4 Revival is coming out 18th of February next year, and we're also officially going to be getting Persona 6 at some point in the hopefully near future, I will be returning to Persona 5 Royal tomorrow. And depending on how far I am into the preparation, we could even finish the game, potentially. I'd have to go back over the last stream and see what I did and kind of gauge how much preparation I'll have left to do. So, Snow Festival performer, guess I can look around the snow. So we need to look at the snow sculptures at the festival. And I'm gonna take a page out of the structure I follow for Fred's streams. For the streams I do with Fred anyway, but so right now off stream, I, as well as playing Wuthering Waves as like my gacha game that I'm focusing on at the minute, I'm still playing through 007 First Light, as I mentioned before. I'm also still playing through Pragmata and Batman. I really need to get back to those two. I've been on such a Wuthering Waves binge at the minute though. I've been really enjoying that game, and if you are into gacha games and you somehow haven't played Wuthering Waves yet, I highly recommend it. Yeah, I examined that one. Don't think I've examined this one yet. Or maybe I did it already. And also on the PlayStation side of things, so I'm playing Batman 007 First Light and Pragmata all on PC, but on the PlayStation side of things, I am very slowly but very excitedly replaying through God of War 2018, and apart from that, most of my games on PlayStation are actually more the on-stream ones, because lately I am playing more games on stream for PlayStation than PC. So I feel like I have more room in my Steam library to just play whatever I want, whereas on my PS5 I only have so much storage. So I kind of have to be careful with what games I install. Ibrahim, when am I gonna do Arkham Trilogy? I don't know. I really do need to play those games at some point, but I need to actually get the Arkham Trilogy first, because I do have one of the Arkham games on PlayStation, but I had it in PS Plus, which I've since cancelled because I don't really play games online anymore, and also PlayStation Plus is just getting more and more expensive, so I figured it's money that I'd be much happier not spending. So I need to actually get the Arkham Trilogy first, either on PlayStation or on PC. And right now in terms of games, I do wanna get through the ones off stream that I'm getting through, and plus on stream I definitely have way more games that I still have yet to play that I already have played and I'm very familiar with. So I definitely will consider the Arkham Trilogy for when I am kind of catching up on old games that I haven't played yet and ones that I might want to buy. It's just, that's the thing with video games, is that one of my favourite streamers, the Chug, says it all the time, but you think you've got enough games to play, and then so many more games just come out and your backlog just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. There's so many games just in my backlog, either that I've not started or that I've started and I've not finished. And some of the games in my backlog that I've not finished, you might look at me and think, "What, G-Dog, why haven't you finished those games yet?" And I just haven't. Ibrahim, you personally, you're not a fan of James Bond being so young, but it makes sense. By the third game, the actor would be 60 anyway, judging by how long it takes to make games. Yeah. I am a little bit worried about the future of the James Bond series because of games, because I saw a rather worrying article that apparently if they do choose to make another James Bond game, it won't be made by IO Interactive. I think Amazon MGM Studios are planning to take full control of that series, which worries me a little bit because I think one of the things that makes 007 First Light so great in a gameplay perspective is it does borrow a lot of things from Hitman, but I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. That's the reason I buy less games, like I own discs of less than 20 games, but I've spent the best time in them. Yeah, I do feel like most of my backlog games are more digital games than disc games. I don't think I have that many disc games. I do have a few unopened discs, but the kind of ratio of unopened physical games that I have left to play compared to digital games, I feel like digital games is where I have more of a backlog. Because I do agree, like I only get a physical copy of a game if 1, I really want it, and 2, I really think I'm gonna like it. So most of my if you did actually look at my physical collection, you'd be really impressed with it because it's just greatest of all time game after greatest of all time game. So like Red Dead Redemption 2, Cyberpunk 2077, Stellar Blade, God of War 2018, Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West, Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon, Man of Medan, so the Dark Pictures anthology, Mafia trilogy, I've got that physically. Oh, go away, moth. Ah. What's off? I'm trying to do a stream here. Didn't think my conversation was gonna get interrupted by a flying moth, but there we go. What other games have I got physically? The Last of Us Remastered, The Last of Us Part 2. I have the Last of Us Part 1 remake digitally on PC. Trying to think what other games I've got. Oh, GTA 5. Obviously, I've got that physically. I think I got the GTA Definitive Edition, so 3 Vice City and San Andreas, not digitally, physically. I've got so many big series physically. I feel like most of my digital games, most of my digital games on PlayStation especially are games that I just put in my library from PlayStation Plus. I do have some really good games on PlayStation that I got digitally, so Final Fantasy 16, God of War Ragnarok, Persona 5 Royal. The pretty much all of the Yakuza series, apart from I think Like a Dragon is the only Yakuza game I own physically. I think most of the Yakuza games I do have digitally, either on PlayStation or on PC. So my point is, I know it took me a while to get to it, but I do my physical copies very much are games that I have played. Most of my physical discs are games I have beaten, and most of them I have played repeatedly as well, played through repeatedly. So I play Red Dead 2 every Thursday, and that is a game I have beaten quite a few times. Because, again, it's just one of the greatest games of all time in my opinion. Right. So I just did a side quest. I might go see what this other side quest. Oh wait, there's cops there. I don't know whether I'll be able to. I might be able to cut across, maybe. Yeah, there we go. I was able to sidestep them by going nearer the road. I want to see what this side quest at the very edge of the map is all about. Another rule I have for disc games is I think I kind of favour buying games digitally for PS5 now over no, not digitally, physically. I keep getting my physically and digitally mixed up, but I prefer buying PS5 games physically because there's no guarantee that I'm going to be able to keep them in my digital library forever. There is a chance that PlayStation might go back on their backwards compatibility, so I might not be able to play my digital library anymore. So I guess by getting games physically, I'm kind of preparing for that in case it becomes an inevitability, and then that way, if I have a game physically and the digital copy does get wiped away for all eternity, at least I have it. At least I have a disc copy of it, so it doesn't matter. Ooh. Plus another thing with physical versus digital is you can usually get physical games for cheaper. Nowadays, for PC games anyway, I do know a good website where you can get games digitally for cheaper. It's called Loaded and I really recommend it. But for PS5 games, I do feel like getting a disc copy from either Amazon or your local retailer, whatever that might be, it is cheaper than getting it on the PS Store and having to pay like 60-70 quid for it. Because usually, I don't know whether US Amazon works the same way or international Amazon, but usually on Amazon in the UK you can suddenly stumble upon great deals for pretty new games. And me and Fred are quite frugal anyway, like if a new game comes out and yeah, when a new game comes out we are usually looking for the cheapest way to obtain it. Whether that's getting it digitally or walking to our nearby gaming retailer and getting the physical copy. Or even ordering it on Amazon. Right, let's see. Sub-stories. So, Snow Festival map. They need me to check where each of the snow sculptures are at. So, okay. Pardon me. So what, do I just talk to the guy again? Because I don't see the side quest marker having moved at all. Describe the site layout. I'm gonna go snowman. A snow crystal. Or maybe, no, some seals actually. And a treasure ship, I believe. And a fox. Why was Hatsune Miku an option? Oh my gosh. I really like that. I can just have Saejima do a really bad job at side quests and I still get rewarded. I did my best, even if I didn't get the best outcome. Right, so let's go do the main quest now, I think. So I was hoping to go 3 hours today, but I might end the stream just a little bit earlier, just because I'm already feeling quite tired, and also one of my ears popped a while ago, so my hearing isn't the best right now. And it's, yeah, I feel like it's kind of a sign that my body's telling me to call it a day a little bit early and get some extra rest. When I say popped, I mean, it doesn't mean I can't hear in that ear, it's just, it's doing the usual thing where when your ear pops and it sounds like you're talking all the way around, like it's very vibrating and reverberating, if that makes sense. I could have explained it a little bit better.
た気も消えろ。
Oh no! One. Also, I will need to head to sleep a little bit earlier anyway, because I'm gonna have to get up early tomorrow. Because my hair, so I'm getting my hair cut like late morning, but I do like to be at my mum's nice and early, so I can have that little bit of extra time beforehand to hang out with her. So I will be getting up early tomorrow. Seven. I remember that. 7 scattered. And losing tickets. Yay! Yay, we did it. Okay. So we got the pass, and now we need to head back to Ambitious. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure I headed the right way for a second. So this, well, I don't think I talked to this guy. I must talk to the guy at the bar. You again. Does this get me into the casino? Yep, you're good. Have a good time. So I guess it's through this door that's being guarded, which is why I couldn't go in earlier. Please go on through. Yep, there we go. So the casino was through this door. Only 2 days left until the snow festival. Nothing quite like knocking back a few drinks to keep warm in that biting cold. I hear there are gonna be lots of people there this year too. That's good. With all the sponsors ditching over the past few years, I was afraid the festival was gonna flat out disappear or some shit. They say the big crowds this year are all because of the old man. Patriarch Kitakata? Yeah, apparently he's scared up sponsors all across Hokkaido and didn't let up until the festival was fully funded. Hell yeah, that's our guy. Just need him to say where he is. The boss has got more connections than I can count. Shit, he's even had drinks with the mayor. Really? The mayor of Sapporo? Yeah, trust me, I was there, man. The mayor, he treated Kitakata with total respect. It was something to behold. Glad I'm in this family, let me tell ya. Well, the mayor should have some respect. This festival wouldn't even be happening without the old man. Also explains why he's a guest of honor. What? Now there's some useful info. You didn't know? Kitakata is going to be in the festival's opening ceremony with all the other guests in front of the special stage. Heh, thank goodness it starts at noon. He hates getting up early. He also hates stuffed shirt events. Won't this be torture for him? For some reason, he cheerfully accepted this particular invite. Yo. Who are you? Doesn't matter. Did you say your boss is gonna be in the opening ceremony? What's it to you? You better not be looking to cause trouble for our old man. Nothing like that. I just want to talk to him about my sworn brother. Ha, like I'm gonna believe that. Wait a second. Is this about that Tojo officer, the dead guy? He's not dead. There is no way Goro Majima, the mad dog of Shimano, is dead. I refuse to believe it. You're obviously a Tojo assassin going after our old man. That ain't it. It damn well better not be. There's nothing to know beyond what the news already reported. And now we gotta hold you until we're sure you're not a threat. Let's get him, boys. Oh, you messed with the wrong guy, Carter family. Here we go. There we go. Get him! Heat action. Sock it to him right in the nose. Sorry I had to do this, but I gotta know the facts about my sworn brother. And only Kitakata himself knows those facts. Ugh, F you. He doesn't know when to quit. Don't think this is over. We'll hunt you down. You can't escape the Kitakata and Tsukimino. Great, now they'll be tailing me too. Saejima's out to anger everyone apparently. First the cops, now the Yakuza. Alright, got some intel on Kitakata. Now back to Polaris. Okie dokie. So I think I am gonna call it a day here. So the stream will be roughly, oh god. Oh, come on. I was about to save, dude. Okay, I'll call it after I've done this fight. So it's not quite a 3-hour stream, but it's also a bit past a 2-hour stream. Everyone's fleeing. Yeah, everyone literally ran away. They are so scared. Right, let me save. And also, I especially don't want to be pushing myself and neglecting my rest because I can't exactly skip going to my mum's tomorrow either, because I go to the same hairdresser as my mum because it's a good way to catch up with my mum if I've not seen her in a while. And also the hairdresser I go to, which is in my mum's hometown, she is really good and she always does such a nice job with my hair. Which I know if you're a guy you probably won't understand it because I don't. Well, yeah, there's a difference between a hair salon for women and a barbershop for men. So let's save. Okay. I'll just double check that that's saved. Let's see. Yep, that definitely did. Okay. I really hate that it double checks that I definitely want to cancel saving twice. It's like, I want to cancel saving, let me do it. So thank you for watching my stream. I already mentioned it earlier, but I will be streaming tomorrow, and tomorrow is Persona 5 Royal Day. So that stream should start at 7 PM BST. So do join me for that if you can. Especially because tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow might very well be the final part, depending on how much more preparation I have left to do for the final boss. So, yeah, it's been a long journey. I've literally been playing Persona 5 since I started streaming nearly 2 years ago, I think. I I think I'm nearly approaching my 2-year anniversary. And Persona 5 is a long ass game, so I've been playing it for a while, so I'm definitely gonna consider it a milestone when I eventually beat it on stream, which again could very well be tomorrow, but I don't know. I don't know for sure yet. But either way, it's worth tuning in just to see how I do if you can spare the time in your busy day. And yeah, until then, if you are watching on Twitch and you enjoyed my stream, then do follow me if you don't already. Subscribe to me if you're willing to show a little bit of extra support. Do turn your notifications on, not just on Twitch but on YouTube, so you know when I go live. Follow me on socials. My social links are in the bottom right corner. I make sure to update on when I'm definitely streaming, so time and game every day on both my Discord and my X account. So do follow me on those if you don't already. And yeah, I think that's everything for the Twitch side of socials. If you are watching on YouTube though, do like the video if you're watching on demand. Comment on what your favourite part about Yakuza 5 is so far. Also, if you also watched the Nintendo Direct earlier, feel free to share your thoughts on whether you agree with me that it could have been a slightly better showcase. Also, subscribe if you don't already and you want to see more of my content on YouTube. And I think that's it. I think I whittled through everything rather nicely. Okay, so I am going to end the stream on Twitch. Not Twitch, sorry, YouTube. So I can focus on reading on Twitch. But until then, I do hope you all have a great rest of your day / evening, as King Cash so nicely put it in chat. And yeah, I will see you all tomorrow for more Persona 5 Royal. So yeah, thanks for watching YouTube. If you're on Twitch, do hang about if you can, because I am going to raid someone and show them some love. So yeah, but bye bye for now YouTube, and I'll see you tomorrow.